You know, man, it's a lot of times that I've underestimated myself. I really did. I underestimated myself. I didn't know what I was capable of. I didn't know the things that I could do. I just knew that I was hungry, driven, and all those things. And I never knew what I really could do. And I was always hopeful, that I could put myself out there and make moves. And, I would say this too. Being the shy person I am, I've always been happy and pleased, that I've been accepted into this world. I have, and I have to be really honest about that. I've really been accepted everywhere I went. I've lived in a lot of different states, a lot of different places, and I've been accepted everywhere I went, man, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that, and they would catch me at times when I might be unleashing one of my talents or skills or whatnot, and and they would be like, man, okay, all right, I see you, and it made me feel good, man. It did make me feel good, man, and even now, I still feel contained. I really do, man, and that's why I made that video about feeling free, and I really want you to check that video out, man. Please do. Matter of fact, check all the videos out. Go to Nobody's Show, Anchor FM, and Spotify, man. I promise you, man, you will not be disappointed. I promise you, man. The thing is that, we do underestimate ourselves a lot, and we don't give ourselves enough credit. And we have to do, come out of that shell, you know what I mean? We earn, what we get. We earn, those props. And it's okay for us to pat ourselves on the back every now and then. I haven't gotten there yet, I'm going to be honest with you. But that's a personal thing with myself. Where, that's that thing where I was talking about me being different, right? I still acknowledge I'm different. I still feel different. I always will, I realize that now. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to own it and just say, hey, you're different, be proud of being different, which I am proud. I definitely love the fact that I'm different, but, it still feels, sometimes make me feel out of place, I do. I could be in a crowded room, man, and feel really weird. I remember when, I'm not really a fan of like balls and cotillions and things of that nature, and people in tuxedos and all that. And my daughter had an event, man, school event or something like that, man, and and so I go to the event. I'm dressed, you know what I mean? I got my stuff on and everything. But see, this sound weird. Especially now you're talking about me graduating every day to a higher level and stuff. And at some point, I'm going to be in one of those rooms, and I'm going to have to accept that once I throw my suits on, I'm going to have to accept, man, that, of being in that room. It makes me feel weird, and I'm going to tell you why. Not because of the different thing. It's because of weird belief that I have. I don't know what it is. It's like, to me, when I'm in a room like that, I'm in a room full of egos. And that might not be the case, but that's just how I feel. And so I'm laughing, man, because when the when the performance was over, I make my daughter laugh, man. I make her crack up, man, because I'm so real, you know what I mean? And I'm different. And so the thing is that I was telling her, man, how I was feeling and stuff, how this feels so weird and stuff. And I forgot what I told her, man, to make her see what I was seeing, you know what I mean? And she just started cracking up, man. And for the rest of the time we were there, man, we was cracking up, man. And eventually we went on road out, man. Like, let's let them have it, man. That's their room, man. That's their environment or whatnot. And I'm just different like that, man. I really am. And it's like, certain things, man, I just don't feel a part of it. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to be. I just didn't want to be there, I just didn't. I'm not a person of ego. I don't have that, that's not who I am. I'm proud of who I am and everything, true enough, but I'm never going to get to that place where I see myself the way other people see me, And you could say, oh, man, you just did this, you did that. I mean, we've all done some amazing things, change people's lives, save lives, you know what I mean? I mean, man, you know, to this day, all of us have at least one or two people that still, when they see us, man, they just can't get enough hugging us and thanking us and all that, you know, and, you know, you think you would get used to it, you know, but you don't, you know, you really don't. It just, you know, it's just part of life and stuff. And I do one day, I hope that one day I'll feel like, hey, you know, give myself permission to say, hey, acknowledge that about yourself. Acknowledge the fact you did that. You know, acknowledge the fact that you got somebody through something. Acknowledge the fact that you know, talk somebody off the ledge. Acknowledge the fact that something you said changed somebody's whole way of thinking. And, you know, acknowledge the fact that you made people wealthy. Acknowledge the fact that you got relationships going right now, you know, because of you. You know, acknowledge the fact that people are married now and still married because of you. You know what I mean? Reading your book that you gave them, that you wrote as a kid, saying, hey, man, look at this anytime you run into trouble. And this is going to keep you going. This is going to keep you going. And I don't know if that day is going to come, man. I really don't, you know, but that's that different part of me, you know what I mean? And as I'm now getting to that point now where I'm ready to, not ready yet, but getting things set up to try to go, you know, out on tour with the Nobody Show. It's like I'm starting to get nervous, you know what I mean? Because you're talking about being a central figure, you know, the central speaker, you know what I mean? And the person that's going to be orchestrating things, and you know, and so a little nervous, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little nervous. I remember when I put that video out a few months back, and I didn't have there was nothing on the plate at that point in time. I just knew, you know, my hunger was so high. I just knew, man, that I was about to do something amazing, and I just didn't know what it was, you know. And again, I always learn my fate and my future through the Nobody Show, and it's always while I'm recording a live show. And so, you know, again, man, underestimate ourselves, man. We really do, man. And, you know, we're capable of so many things. We're capable of so many things, man. And I really do believe that. I believe that with all my heart and soul, man. I believe that anything we want, anything we seek, anything we put our minds to, we can accomplish. I really believe that, man. And I'm not wavering in that under any circumstance. And that's not even having anything to do with my spiritual grounding and my spiritual beliefs. Not at all, man. I always felt that way, you know. And I was talking about in that video about feeling free, how, you know, right now I don't feel that way, you know, for whatever reason. And I think that's also got a lot to do with the fact that, you know, I'm a creator, you know what I mean? I like to build, I like to, you know, just do amazing things. And I'm not talking about amazing to someone else, just amazing to me. It means something to me, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, if I was a molder, you know, one of those people that take clay and kind of mold some stuff. If I molded some ashtray and it looked funky, everybody laughed at it, I'll be proud of it. I'm proud of it, man. I did that, you know what I mean? You know, something from nothing from something, you know? I did that, you know what I mean? And I'm like a little kid, man. I am a kid. I'm be honest with you, I am a kid. And that's why, you know, I even talk to my kids, you know, and say, you know, can you believe I'm your dad? Can you believe I'm your dad? I'm just a kid myself, you know what I mean? And my oldest daughter's like, I know, right? I know, right? And because I'm just a kid myself, man, and I don't think I'm ever gonna grow up. And I'm not talking about maturity. That's a different thing altogether. You know, that happened to me by accident, you know, within the last year or so. Something weird happened, man, and one day I was mature. You know, it felt weird too. I didn't grow to that point where I still can listen to a certain old school music. Everybody be like, oh, that's my jam. No, that's not my jam. I ain't get to that point, man. I didn't, man, you know. But I did grow, you know. I matured, man. I seen things a little bit different, you know what I mean? And but yeah, man, underestimating ourselves, man, and we do it every day, man. We don't realize what we're capable of doing, and sometimes we, you know, let me tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that basketball player, you know. I'm thinking right now about a particular young kid I was working with here recently, and he would always get the ball and look to pass it to someone else. Always. And I was like, man, you do realize you're a basketball player too, right? You do realize, man, that you could be, you're a central figure in this thing too, right? And they just always looking for that expected option, the person that everybody looks for to as the option. I said, man, you can be the option. You could be the option. And then we started working together and everything, and I showed him how he can hit 20 points a game quite easily. And now he's hungry. He's hungry, man. You can't stop him now, man. He's hungry now. He on some different stuff. And now he goes after the ball. He's grabbing that ball. He's shooting. He's making sure, man, he's calling the guy. He's hollering his name out and going and rescuing this man who's trapped and all these different things, right? And that's how it is, man. We can underestimate ourselves. We can forget that we can be the option. You know what I mean? Just like the catch when you're talking about relationships. We give so much credit to other people and run out to other people and chase other people, and like they're the catch. You know what I mean? And we doing all this stuff, never realizing we're the catch. We're the catch. And I never was mistaken about that. I never did get confused on that term, about being the catch, because you have to acknowledge that, and if you don't carry yourself like that, who is? And not to mention the fact too, if someone meets you, man, and you don't have that self-love or show self-love or whatnot, you're gonna be taken advantage of sooner or later. It's gonna crash and burn. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time, man. It will not hold water through the length of time. It will not do that. That's just life and how it works, man. And you have to have that certain level of self-love, and then when you have that, you are the catch, and you're gonna get that respect too. And they're gonna come in feeling like they got to work up to you, to get you, and that's where you want to be. You don't want to be on that other end. You don't. And but yeah, man, underestimating ourselves, man. And we it's okay. If we look up and realize, darn, I have underestimated myself, it's okay. Sometimes, man, it take a video, sometimes it may just take one day you waking up and realize. It's like for me, I was at a weak state, I was at a weak state, man. I was getting played weak, and then one day, man, I was, in that mode where I was feeling some type of way. I was feeling bad. I really was, man. I was feeling like I can't retrieve me again. And then one day, man, I just woke up. I woke up, man, and I was stronger than ever before. I was more powerful than ever before. I was, man, that guy that you ain't never seen nobody like me guy again. And man, it felt good. Man. It felt refreshing. And to be that person, man, is I really can't put no words on it, man. I can't, man. Everybody you meet, man, no, they're around something different. They're around something different. Again, it's not no thing where you're comparison to anyone or whatnot. And I tell you what, though, on that note, I've had conversations as of late that's really kind of freaking me out. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to people, and it's like, I'm just talking about certain things, or why I make certain decisions, why I roll the way I roll or something like that. And they be like, on defense, so what you saying? I don't write down, I do things like that too. I'm so, what are you talking about? I was just telling you why I make the moves I make and decisions I'm making, so forth, and and bring up God or some things like that. I don't get to, again, I'm not religious or spiritual. And so I didn't understand it, It took me a minute to really sit back and rebound and take time to process it and say, okay, that had nothing to do with me. But it is a situation where, if you being honest in what that was about, is the fact that people do see you a certain way. They see you steady moving. They see you steady not giving up. They see you steady making moves, They see you hungry, you know what I'm saying? They see you driven. And, they may not feel that same way about themselves. And so it's a thing with what's called projection. Now, I didn't do a lot of listening in college. I did, man. I was in college for half a semester, man, and I got married. I went to school at 17 years old. And the thing is that it was psychology. I don't know why. It just caught my attention, man. it just caught my attention. And I remember everything I learned in it. I don't know why. I do not know why. And Oedipus complex, all of it. I don't know why. But this one thing that stood out to me was called projection. And that's where someone projects, how they're feeling about themselves onto you. You know what I mean? It's like, when you have that mate that's actually having an affair on you or things of that nature, but then they come home and they coming at you like you the one having the affair. That's projection. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's just somebody trying to be clever, but most of the time that's not what it is, it's projection. They're feeling some type of way, and they know they're out here doing wrong, and so they just project it onto you. And it's unfortunate. It really is, man. But, that's what it is, projection. So they're feeling some type of way, and it's been bothering them. And, here you are here not, just going hard. You're going hard, you know what I mean? You could be younger, you could be older, you could be whatever. But you know one thing about this person, they go hard. Man, they wake up going hard. They don't, man, do they sleep is your question. If somebody go that hard like that, and I get it, man. I do get it, man. And, but what it is, I don't underestimate myself, man. I get that drive going, and I get that hunger going, man. And I give it all I got, man. I'm pushing forward, and by the grace of God, man, I was steady being given new direction. I was building and putting everything together. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, but it's going to take some time the way I had it structured. And then again, like I said, I was on a nobody show, man. And before I knew it, all of a sudden, the light went off, man. And all of a sudden now, I don't have to work hard no more. I don't have to do everything no more. It's all going to come to me, and everything is going to come to me. The only thing I got to do is just be ready, when it does, every stage that it comes. And so, my job is just to make sure I orchestrate everything right and make sure that I, have those ears opening, when people ask me questions and stuff like that, and, making sure that any idea I have, I make sure I share that with the board and everything, and make sure everybody's on the same page and hungry just like me. You know what I mean? Hungry just like me. Not a doubt in the room. Can't have a doubt in the room because that's cancerous. That's cancerous. And it's, and I've thought about this thing about, do I bring in or allow in, personalities that in the past have been doubtful, have been not so strong within themselves on their capabilities, underestimating themselves, right? But at this point in time, they're like, okay, I'm ready. Do I turn around here and take that chance? I do question that, because this is a once in a lifetime situation and a once in a lifetime deal, and I can't afford to blow it. Man. I got too many people counting on me, you know what I mean? Not to mention the fact that, this is the nobody nation, man, and we trying to build, Incidentally, I did come up with our slogan, man. I don't have it with me. It's I can't think of it right now. I've been studying. It's only one line, but for whatever reason, man, I got to study it and learn it. But I like it. It took me a month to come up with it, and usually I come up with something in 2 seconds. But this was so important to me. And another thing too is, back in the days, man, I smoked. You know what I mean? So, when I was once a cigarette smoker, then I just kind of went down to cigars. And the thing is that it's when I smoke, I would get my best ideas. I give up, my mind is moving. And so now, with that being taken away, it's harder now. I have to just rely on just me. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, if you know me, man, 2 seconds, I got the whole thing on lock. You know what I mean? Because I had that. It was what it is, to be honest, which was freedom. I felt that sense of freedom, and that sense of freedom just unleashed me. It unleashed my thinking, unleashed my imagination, and if my head is just full of stuff. You know what I mean? And so it unleashed things, and I would be able to come up with stuff I never had thought of before in my life. and amazing things. And even I look back and be like, wow, man, that's some powerful stuff. That's some powerful stuff. And, you know, I be knowing it's spiritually given to me. Something that given me spiritually, you know what I mean? But it got triggered by that sense of freedom I had, you know, when I was sitting around smoking me a cigarette or, you know, puffing on me a cigar or something to that effect. And again, not having that, it's been harder. It really has, man. And I do think about, you know, finding an alternative, because I like me like that. I like me creative like that. Can write a book in a week, literally, for real. That's me for real. And how you do that same way I taught them how to hit those 20 points in a game? Well, only thing you have to do, first of all, anytime I put my pen to paper, man, it's just going to flow anyway. I can knock out 50 pages in a day. That's nothing. But the thing is that, and I'm talking about some real good content too. Something you won't put it down. It's just that because I don't have my motivational, my little tools I've used over the years, you know, to unleash my mind, you know, now I'm wondering, you know, I need to go it on and get something, man, substitute that, man, because I don't like, I'm too hungry, man, and I don't like just being able to, you know, create on small increments. I don't like that. I'm a big thinker. I'm a big mover, you know what I'm saying? I like to move mountains in a day. I don't like to wait and plan structure. Well, we're going to do this, and then we're going to blow this part up, and we're going to do a truck. No. Just blow the doggone mountain up, man, and get it up out of here. Point blank. Nobody got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I roll, man. And you know, but yeah, man, we do underestimate ourselves a lot of times, man. And it's that time of life right now where everything it's time to move, man. It's time to move on all your ideas, all the things that you believe in, all of the, you know, all your visions and things. It's time to move on them, man, whatever it is. Even if it's simple, you know, hey, move on it, man. Move on, man. We don't have time. And I'm going to tell you something, too. Why I'm really adamant about where we are right now in this world and what we're doing right now in this world. I'm adamant because I'm telling you, and I'm serious about this. I'm committed to it. I've seen it. The more of us that get to where we want to be, need to be, and should be, the happier this world gonna be. And it's not about that. It's not even about that. I don't want to stop there. It's bigger than that. It's way bigger than that. I'm telling you, man, the more people get to where they need to be or want to be, the better off we're gonna be. And what that means too is creating a different atmosphere, a different climate. Don't you kind of getting burned out on this climate where everything, time you turn on the news, is all about a bunch of crazy crap happening? Ain't you kind of burn out on that? Man, it changes the climate when people are feeling joy and happiness and, you know, found their place. You know what I mean? And they not out there searching anymore. You know, they're not lost anymore. They're not wondering anymore. They're not, you know, they're not afraid anymore. You know, and they're pushing hard. And, you know, now they're such in a position that they're helping others push forward. You know what I mean? And they're teaming up. And that's what the Nobody Nation is. That's what it's going to be. You know, it's going to be a group of people teaming up, man, and pushing forward and, you know, ready to say, hey, man, what's going on? How can I help you with this thing? You know, I may know somebody, or I may have a little knowledge or something, or, you know, I could just be that simple bridge to the next level to what you're trying to get to. A lot of us, man, are just one link away from completing that chain. That's one link. Imagine that. Imagine that you have been stalled for however long you have, and you were just one link away. And sometimes it's hard to find that link, and sometimes it could be something that's, like I said, a video. It could be something that's something you listen to know about. You never know, but that link is all some people need, man. You know, and then there are others, man, who need the chain, the whole chain, and that's okay too. That's okay too. But, you know, we got to stop underestimating ourselves and start, you know, believing in ourselves more and pushing further and pushing higher and believing bigger. You know what I mean? I believe in that too, man. I believe in believing bigger, man. Pushing harder, man. You know, and putting that work in, man. I'm telling you, it pays off. God, man, I'm telling you, man, I've never met a recipe so strong as showing God how bad you want it, putting the work in. I'm talking about really putting that work in, man. It's like, you don't have to be like me, man. It's a non-stop, never stop, man. And, on just, you don't have to be like me. Just, but putting the work in, you know what I mean? Giving it all you got. Now, God takes you the rest of the way. He completes the task with you. You know what I mean? He actually gives you that idea, that link to actually conclude that particular scenario of what you worked so hard for. I never not seen it happen, man. If you really truly believe in what you're doing, from start to finish, you're unwavering, you're unflinching, and you make sure you have that spiritual grounding. Man, I'm telling you, man, I've never not seen that actual pattern work. Showing him how bad you want it, constantly believing, putting that work in, and he will take you the rest of the way. I've never not seen it work, man. I wouldn't put some stuff out here I didn't think could help, you know what I mean? That couldn't be that link, you know what I mean? I wouldn't put it out here, man. I wouldn't even waste your time, and I darn sure wouldn't waste mine, because I live life in the seconds. So however many seconds it took for me to make this video, that's time I can't get back. That's why it's important that everything I say, everything I do, man, has some substance. You know what I mean? It's important. It's important everything I do has to have some substance. I don't like to waste my time, man. I do not like to waste my time, man. It is too valuable, you know what I mean? I'm too valuable, you know what I mean? You're too valuable. And life is too valuable, So that's just the way I am, man. That's that different part of me, you know what I mean? That difference, you know what I mean? A different part of me. And that the unique part of me, and we're all unique, man, in the ways we are, and be proud of that, man. And one thing we can never do, man, we can't underestimate ourselves any longer. We can't do it, man. And it's just that time, man, to start believing in ourselves. Unlimited, man, unwavering. Don't matter what your atmosphere is. What I mean by that is, if you're in an atmosphere or climate where, a lot of people around you have caps, have ceilings on how far they think they can go, that's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. But you have to step outside that. You have to step outside of that and understand you're in your own box. You're in your own zone. And you're on your own highway. So you have to acknowledge that and ride with that, man. And be unflinching, man. Unwavering, man. Again, remember, I'm giving you this free recipe. I'm telling you, it works, man. Only thing you have to do is put in the work. Show God how bad you want it, and he will carry you the rest of the way. I'm telling you, man, I can't tell you enough about the seriousness of what I just said, the powerfulness of what I just said. It's simple, right? Yet you might think, hey, well, he done figured out this simple quotient. Yes, I did figure it out. I had to figure it out because I needed to succeed, man. I needed to get what I needed to get. I needed to get life going in the way I needed to go. And I could not, again, I'm not going to sit up here and be diagramming all this crazy crap to get rid of a mountain. Man, just blow the darn thing up, man, and get rid of it. Simple, right? And that's the way I live. I don't have time for all that other stuff, man. I don't get caught up in all that. And so we have to just simplify things, man, and see life in a more simple fashion, man. And I simplified that, and I came up with a simple solution, spiritual solution that I've seen never fail. Never fail, man. And I'm just passing it on to my nobody nation. You know what I mean? So let's work on this underestimating ourselves, man. Be proud of yourself today, man. Give yourself credit for all that you do, because I'm proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you, and I'm not even going to front with that. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Otherwise, again, I wouldn't give up my time, right? Them seconds, right? I wouldn't do it, man. If you know me, I would not do it. So, anyway, man, hey, I want God to bless your steps, man, and I want you to be blessed in every shape, form, and fashion, man. This is the Nobody Show, the show guaranteed to get canceled, hosted by your boy, The Milk.